Hi everyone, welcome. Last week we discussed about the workflow orchestration tool Prefect. Today's topic is Apache Airflow. Prefect is simpler and more developer friendly, while Airflow is more mature and enterprise focused. I'll show you a hands-on demo on Airflow using a compact ETL DAG that demonstrates core concepts like extracting data, transforming and loading it, branching logic, parallel processing with the task groups and retries, and a simple bash task. If you want the code, there is a GitHub link in the description. Download it and follow along. Let's get started. Here is what we'll cover today. What is a DAG and why Airflow uses it. The three ETL steps: extract, transform, load. Branching logic that chooses different report paths. Parallel regional processing using task groups. A retry example to show error handling, and a small bash task. Think of a DAG as a to-do list where each step must run in order or sometime in parallel. DAG stands for Directed Acyclic Graph. It just means task flow in one direction and don't loop back. In Airflow, each DAG describes how jobs run, when they run, and how they depend on each other. We start with a simple ETL example. Extract. This simulates fetching data from an API. In our demo, we create a small list of users and their cells. This data is pushed into Airflow's XCOM, a tiny message bus that lets tasks pass data to each other. Transform. We read the raw data from XCOM and use pandas to calculate a bonus column and performance level. This shows how you can enrich or clean data before saving. Load. The load task pulls the transformed data and prints a final summary. In a real project, you would write to a database or object store, but for demo, printing is enough to show the flow. XCOMs are fine for small demo data. For big datasets, store data in files or databases and pass references, not the entire dataset, through XCOM. After loading, the DAG runs a quality check. If there are enough high value cells, the DAG follows the executive report path. Otherwise, it follows the standard report path. This demonstrates the conditional logic. Airflow will run only the task for a chosen path. It's great for splitting flows depending on the data condition. Now we demonstrate parallel work with a task group called regional processing. Inside it, we define four tasks: process north, process south, process Europe, process Asia. They all use the same process region function but for different regions. Task groups help you group related tasks visually in the UI and run them in parallel. Imagine processing different countries at the same time. We also show error handling with a task with the retries task. It randomly fails sometimes. That's on purpose to demonstrate Airflow's retry behavior. In your default args, you set retries and retry delay, so Airflow retries the task automatically. There is also a simple bash operator to demonstrate Airflow can run shell commands. It prints a message and the date, a handy tool for simple maintenance steps. And this is how the DAG pipeline is created by defining task dependencies by linear ETL flow, branching flow, parallel regional flow, and additional tasks like bash, retry, etc. And here are some of the best practices tips you can go through. Now let us run docker compose up -d, that is for detach mode. It takes some time. Once you see everything in green, that means we are good to go and the setup is completed. Then copy the DAG Python file that we just created inside the DAG folder. Now from the docker compose YAML file, you can understand the application will run on port 8080 and the default username and password will be Airflow and Airflow. With this, open the DAG from the UI, then go to DAGs. Then click on this Airflow capabilities demo, which is the name of the DAG that we just created. The tags, demo, YouTube, tutorial, these are all we already defined in the DAG. And this is the graph view of the pipeline. The DAG is scheduled to execute daily, but for this demo, let us run the trigger manually. The ETL task will run in order. The branch will pick up the report path, and then the regional task run in the parallel. Finally, we'll get to see the bash and retry finish. If you want the exact steps and the Docker Compose YAML I used, grab everything from the GitHub link in the description. That's it, a compact but complete Airflow demo showing ETL branching, parallelism, retries, and bash task. This code is in the GitHub link below. Check in the description, try it out, tweak the data, and add more regions or replace the print statement with a real database write. If this helped you, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so you don't miss future tutorials. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.